You can. What are we making, Ollie? What are these ones? Pancakes. And do we know what this one is for dough?
Blueberry.
Yes, some blueberries. We're gonna make him berries and yogurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want
What, darling?
I didn't want
Canned yogurt. Okay, well, we'll talk about it. You said you wanted berries and yogurt. You guys are like chalk and cheese of what you guys want to eat and what you guys do. And since you were born, when Ollie was born, he hated having blankets on him. And when Theo was born, you couldn't keep him warm enough. So they're just making a floor picnic, and these are, I guess, my baby Dutch pancakes. They are sugar-free, gluten-free. You can make them dairy-free without butter. And yeah, we'll see how many they get through. So this is the final result. My eldest is gonna have mixed berries that I've just warmed with some yogurt, and my little one is gonna have the pancakes, and I've just got some Lakanto that I put on top. They also have like a syrup, but it's got a few too many ingredients for my liking. It's delicious, but I just used a little bit of Lakanto.
On my band, I ate meat, and it got a little bit butter on it. Yeah. I taste butter. Oh.
Is it yummy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All the pancake is yummy. I taste butter.
And so these mats, I got really cheaply. We use them all the time. If they're going to eat on the floor, they have to eat on these mats, and they also use them for independent playtime. And so if they are fighting over something, they will have to go on their independent mats and have space from each other. And these lovely mats here, my mum brought back from overseas. She travels quite a lot. So these pancakes are really great to make a batch and stick them in the freezer in little bags, and then we just pull them out as snacks. And yeah, they just eat them. They're a bit hit and miss with them. I find that with kids, they go on and off things, but we try not to do too many snacks. We find if we do snacks with the kids, then they don't sit down and eat proper meals. So especially fruit, they will just sit there and devour so much fruit. So we go through stages with fruit where we buy it and we don't buy it, but a lot of the time they just eat so much fruit that they don't eat proper meals. So we try not to do snacks. We buy the cheese sticks that have got very minimal ingredients in them as a snack. My kids also love olives. We buy olives that are in pure olive oil. They're organic from our supermarket, and they started eating pickles with my mom, but I get ones that don't have very minimal sugar, and they've actually stopped eating them. And we do yogurt pouches sometimes. We get sugar-free ones. So my main thing with the kids is that things are sugar-free, and sometimes they will have things with other people, but we often talk about some of the repercussions of sugar, so I don't want to completely deny them of things. They did have cupcakes, special little petite cupcakes on the weekend, because we went somewhere where they got a treat and we know it's really good quality. but on a whole, they have very minimal sugar in their diet. I had a rule that no one was allowed to give them anything that had sugar in it until they were over 1, so they had no sugars in their diet whatsoever, and they had a really high fat diet. I used to make recipes for them that were really high fat when they started eating food, so no fruit or veg purees, and also they walked really early. My one was 8 months and one was 9 months. I think my first son, he was 8 months, and my next one was 9 months, so there was no development repercussions from that. They actually really thrived, and they still do. And I remember my first son had never really had sugar for quite a while, and he just didn't really want it either. I've been really lucky in that I get to manage the environments they're in. I can imagine that if you're in a lot of environments that give a lot of processed foods and sugars, it would be trickier to kind of regulate that. But I have made a choice that, except for some holidays where they've spent time with family, most of their eating habits have been pretty great. And yeah, so my husband isn't 100% sugar-free, gluten-free and all of that, so there has been things that have come into our house that they've eaten. And I also know that it's my personal belief that if you just deprive children of something, that they may go the complete opposite way if they've never had it before. So it's more about teaching for them what it feels. Yeah, just teaching them, okay, well, if you eat this, how did you feel? Your body is a chemistry lab, and these can be the scientific facts of what things do to your body. But how do you feel, knowing your limits, what's too much, what's too little, what types of food do you feel good on? It's all a bit of a teaching, learning ground. And my eldest son said to my grandmother the other day, I'm not eating sugar ever again. I did not feel well. He came down with a bit of a cold after we went to a Halloween night market, and he put it down to having sugar. He had 1 lolly and 1 lollipop, and yeah, he decided that he wasn't going to have sugar anymore. He hasn't really wanted much since he goes to bar. My boys heard me say sugar-free lollipops, and now they want them. But yeah, he decided that because they have lollipops at basketball, which he does on a Saturday, he decided he didn't want sugar lollipops anymore. He wanted sugar-free. So I went to our local health food store, which fortunately is near their basketball, and got them some of those, and now they're requesting them, but I will save them for basketball day.